Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing my out-of-box review for the Gundam Astaroth Rinascimento, and gotta say another big thank you to USA Gundam Store for supplying me with this kit. If you guys want to check out the kit or whatever else, check out USA Gundam Store. Actually, they have a whole lot of stuff aside from just Gundam kits, their tools and things like that. You guys should check it out if you haven't. You can use that coupon code ZakuAurelius10, save yourself 10%. Let's get into the review. You guys know what this kit is going to be all about. I think I don't really need to spend too much time talking about the articulation or the pros and cons of this kit. We've had quite a few of these HGI and Blood Orphans Gundam kits, and this one is pretty standard along the lines of those. It has some stickers, it has some seam lines, it has some really nice articulation, pretty much a full inner frame, and everything else there is just pros and cons, whatever you like or maybe possibly dislike about the kit. This kit does definitely have some pros, but it definitely has one major con that I really can't quite understand, so we'll get into all of that in just a moment. Building the kits was very normal. If you guys have built any other of the other HGIBO Gundam kits, it's obviously very similar. If you've built, especially the Astaroth or the Astaroth Origin kit, there's a lot of familiar parts. If you guys saw the unboxing, this kit has one new runner. That's all. The rest of the runners are all from either the Astaroth or the Astaroth Origin. So again, if you guys have built either of those, you'll have some familiar parts. So I think in one way that makes this kit a little bit less exciting, but the stuff that is new on this kit is pretty cool, so that is something I can at least appreciate. Alright, so let's talk some of the details in articulation here. So on the head we have a red sticker for that top part on the top of the head, sticker of course for the eyes, but the red under the chin and the red on the sides of the head is separate pieces, so that's nice. That knife V-fin, I was not really into that at all, but it's not bad actually. I'm not too terribly miffed about it. It's okay. For the front here, no stickers there. We have that nice white poking through for the chest vents, red underneath. The arm, one thing that has been basically one of the biggest flaws about this kit is the weight of the arm here. The shoulders tend to droop down, especially in the Astaroth and Astaroth Origin kits, and this one too. So we'll talk about that more later, but the shoulder armor can move up and down on its own. The arm can rotate up. That polycap is the type that will rotate up like that. So we can bring that arm up nice and far, and then rotation and joint at the elbow, giving you a nice pretty full joint there. Lots of nice detail all around, of course, but seam line there on the arm. Wrist is just on a ball joint. Same articulation here in the torso, a little bit at the top, and then just a ball joint at the base of the torso there. Front skirts, as tiny as they are, those do move individually, but yeah, they're kind of really hard to get to if you have big fingers like me. The side skirts will rotate and move up and down really only to about there, so you can get the legs out as far as you would ever really want them to go, I imagine. And then some yellow stickers there on the front of the thighs. The legs can come up, no problems there because of the lack of front skirt, but I found this thigh armor is popping off on me quite easily, but just be careful with that. Maybe even just glue it if you're so inclined. Here on the back of the leg, just a sticker wrapping around there, and the Astaroth or Origin I think had the same thing, or Astaroth, one of the two. And then here for this one, these like little fins on the back, there's 1, 2, 3 black stickers to cover up those, otherwise those would just be blue with all of this here. So overall, the legs move just nicely, same as usual, and the feet as well, just rotate side to side. The toe part does move individually. Up underneath the feet, some nice detail there. This foot style is something that not everyone's into. Personally, I'm not really that into it as well. But we do have some options with that, and that is one thing that I definitely want to talk about with this kit, is the fact that we have a lot of leftover parts with this kit from the other runners that we aren't going to use, and that is one of the nice things about this kit. So just one more thing here on this shoulder, we have the kind of extra arm, I guess it's like a sub-arm sort of thing here. That can move up and down, it can rotate, it can fold out like so, and then it has this sort of hand-looking thing here at the end. That can rotate, and then you can basically pull that apart to put something inside of there. It doesn't really have any moving parts on it, so it works just like this hand where you have to actually take the hand apart to put something in there. So that's how that works, and the same thing goes for the hand on the other shield, which we'll talk about in a minute. Let's talk about his official accessories first. Here we have these 2 knives. We have a nice holder for them. So the knives are the same, just these little combat knives like that, so you can hold those in the hand very easily, and when not in use you can plug this onto this side skirt, and that's on a ball joint, so that will move around there however you like there on that side. Then we have this rifle. I really like the shape of this, it's pretty cool, and we also have a connection for this as well. When not in use, we can plug this onto the other side skirt using this part that just hooks onto the handle like that, so it's going to be like kind of hanging by the handle there, which is a little bit odd, but it works pretty well, so that's what matters. So that just hangs on the side, this side, like so. We have the huge subknuckle, which is a shield. This has a little hand, and unlike the Astaroth, it doesn't have any articulated fingers, so like the other hand on the other subarm thing, you have to actually take this hand apart to mount something in there, but this is also just on a ball joint, so this will rotate and move a little bit around in there, not too much. To mount this into the hand, the best way is to put the hand on the handle here first, and then might as well demonstrate it here for you guys because it's a little bit tricky. But do your best to get the hand on the handle there first, and then put the hand into the arm, and then plug that peg into the side of the arm, and then that'll be nice and secure on there. And the arm is getting a little bit heavy, but as you can see, the shoulder is still holding it up pretty well. This is obviously a sticker on the side of there. There isn't really any instructions of how to put that on or where. I just tried to go with that based on the box art. We do have one other hand option aside from just the normal holding hands. This one has a bent wrist, so if you wanted to use that, say like with the sword, you can use that if you want. There's no extra back for that hand, so you have to swap that from the other one. So here we got the demolition knife. This is not new, just from the Astaroth, so that will fold out, click into place. This is just a connector for connecting it onto the backpack. Has this main handle, which will also fold out like that, and the secondary handle on here can just rotate out, so that can just be held like that. Again, when not in use, just pull this apart, fold that down, and then this can just be connected onto the backpack like so. Another new weapon here is the Bastard Chopper. So this is another kind of large sword thing. This is the connection part for that, so if that is off, it's just going to look like this, and that's pretty much it. It can just hold it onto the handle here, and then just chop, chop, chop with that. It also has this little guy in here for the explosive Dainsleif. So I guess this is a little bit different from like the normal one that we saw in the series, but if you wanted to do something with that, have that sort of like shooting out, or have it like stuck into another kit, if you're making like a diorama or something, you can do that. So again, we have this connection piece for connecting that onto the backpack, same like the demolition knife, or what you can do with those is actually connect them together. So if we fold out the handle and extend the demolition knife once again, you can plug this guy onto the top of here. That will just fit onto the top of there like so. And now we've got our super explosive demolition Bastard Chopper. That's not the official name, but hey, that works. Now, like I said, one of the other cool things about this kit is all the extra parts that you have. So for example, here we have the shield kind of gauntlet parts from the Astaroth, and this is actually included in the instruction manual. The instruction manual actually includes a step to show you how to build this, so how to actually use those extra parts. And you could use them with this kit if you want, or just keep this for a different kit. If you're wondering if you could now give this to the Astaroth kit and have one with 2 gauntlets, just keep in mind that you, I think, maybe could, because this is obviously right-handed, but you could switch the thumb to that side, and I think you can position the fingers in the opposite way. But even if not, I don't know if that's really something that would matter too much to you. We have almost the full head of an Astaroth Origin kit. It still looks pretty cool like this. It's missing I think 1 or 2 parts there for the head, unfortunately. But you have that. We have almost the full chest of the Astaroth Origin as well, which I think makes a pretty nice new chest for my Dantalian kit. Sorry for the pronunciation there. But yeah, I wasn't really a fan of the original chest for this kit, but I think these new parts, which were just extra parts from this kit, work pretty well for this guy. So that's probably what I'll do with those extra parts. And there's a lot more extra parts that come with this kit. So there's other extra different feet parts and like a collar part and things like that. So you can do a lot of really cool stuff just mixing and matching parts with this, or giving them to other Gundam kits in the line, because everything all fits together pretty universally. So like I said at the start of the video, I think you guys should have a pretty good idea what to expect out of these kits. They do have a lot of really nice molded detail. The shapes and proportions of everything is all pretty nice. The articulation is really good, and that will give you a lot of really nice posing options. These kits have been all really fun to pose, really easy to pose as well, at least for me anyway. Strangely, I've been getting a lot of requests recently to do a tutorial or some sort of like tutorial-esque kind of video, I guess, for posing. I don't know, it doesn't really seem that difficult a concept for me, but I guess if you guys really want some sort of posing tutorial, I'll try to maybe get around to that, but there's some good resources online, or just practice, I guess, is kind of the best thing I can tell you guys. But yeah, posing these kits is really fun and pretty simple, I think. Now, this brings us to my complaints about the kit. Now, like I said at the very beginning of the video, again, the normal complaints for this kit, it does have some stickers, so you just kind of have to deal with that. It has a few seam lines, this is all kind of normal high-grade things, and it's been common with all of the HGI Blood Orphans kits, so that's not surprising. The other thing that's not too surprising, but is still unfortunately an issue with this kit is the shoulders. Like I mentioned before, the Astaroth and the Astaroth Origins both had also very heavy arms and very weak shoulders, and that is true for this kit as well. The arms are just as heavy, if not heavier than ever, with those huge swords and the extra stuff, extra bulk all attached to the arms. The shoulders are going to be a big issue. I would definitely recommend trying to do something to tighten up those joints. But my biggest complaint about this kit is just the price. Why the hell is this kit 1,800 yen? It really doesn't make sense to me, and I think that's really just rude on Bandai's part. The original Astaroth kit was 1,000 yen. The Astaroth Origin was 1,400 yen, and then this one jumps up to 1,800 yen for one more runner included. I mean, I know we're getting a lot of plastic in this kit, and you can see that with all the leftover parts that we get, but is it really that much leftover that they would have to charge that much? That really just doesn't make sense to me. I think Bandai really slipped up with that price, with a design that didn't appear in the show and is probably intriguing to some people, but I don't think it's going to be really, I just don't see this as being one that a lot of people are really going to be going out of their way to get, and especially because of the price. I mean, I'm sure it'll be a popular design, as all of the HGI and Blood Orphans kits have all been pretty popular, especially all the Gundam ones, and I'm sure this one will be popular too, but I think that price will definitely be a deterrent for people, and that's just unfortunate that Bandai did that. I don't really know why. If you guys have any other better ideas or suggestions as to why you think Bandai priced this kit at 1,800 yen, have at it, but maybe it's just to compete with the other kits that are coming out around the same time. I guess it seems like recently a lot of the other HG kits to be coming out from different lines have all been around the 1,800 yen price range, so I guess if they were gonna do that, I don't know if that really makes sense though either. But just to drive home the point about the arm, I just want to show this to you guys, why I have it exactly posed like this, because I didn't really have much of a choice. As you can see, there's just no way that the arm is going to stay up. So I would definitely recommend tightening this joint here and then in the shoulder as well, because even if you move up the whole arm like that, and yeah, not going to happen. So overall, is this another great addition to the Armed Blood Orphans line? Yes. And is it a good note to go out on? Yeah, I think pretty much. I'm sure we'll probably be getting some more HG Armed Blood Orphans kits probably sometime in the future. I'm sure the line has been pretty successful. I don't think Bandai can just quit it that easily, but we'll just have to see. For now, this is the last one, and I think they went out on a pretty high note. Again, I think the price is definitely too much for this kit, but on the other hand, all the weapon options that you have for it, and then all the extra parts that you have, which you can also do some customizing and things with, whatever you want. You can use those other kits and all like that. So it's, I guess, in a way, it's sort of like an HG Armed Blood Orphans Gundam kit plus an HG Iron Blooded Arms like extra kit. It's just like a bunch of extra random parts that you can use for other things. So it's kind of like that. But anyway, so I think that's the nice point about this kit, but otherwise the same pros and cons apply as all the other ones. If you really like the design of this and you can stomach the price, then go for it. I mean, you'll enjoy the kit just as much as any others in the line. So you guys might also notice that for this pose I cheated, and the way that I'm holding up the giant sword is by using that connection piece for the side skirt that's meant to hold the rifle to the side skirt. I turned that upside down, and then that's holding the rifle, or that's holding that giant sword from falling down. Just a helpful little tip that may be useful if you guys are wanting to do a pose similar to this. That's it for my review. If you guys still do have any other questions or comments, you can leave those down below. Thank you guys as always for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Hey! Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, if you want to check the kit out for yourself, you can head over to USA Gundam Store. Use that coupon code ZakuAurelius10. Save yourself 10%. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye bye.